Hello, everyone. So today we have uh, the topic for discussion is conversion of simple, compound, and complex sentences. Well, these questions have often appeared in the XGMT exams. This has appeared in the banking and SSC exams. This appears in your NMAT and MAT exams, and also this kind of questions appears. Even CUT, probably they have also, I suppose. I'm not very confident of that, but probably CUT also has these questions. Right? Let's understand what are these simple, compound, and complex sentences. So let's take this as the first one. He scored the highest mark in his class. Now, what is a simple sentence? Look at this sentence. It says that a simple sentence will have a simple sentence will have in which one has only one subject. Now look at this sentence. There is only one subject, he. He scored the highest mark in his class and one predicate. He is the subject and only one. Scored the highest mark in his class, nothing else. It conveys one thought. Here you can see in this sentence, there's only one thought that he scored the highest mark in his class. There is no any other sentence or any other. He scored the highest mark in his class compared to what he had done the last year. So now that is last year, what he had done the last year, that becomes a additional thought. But here, just saying he scored that, or say I go to school every day. That's a simple sentence. I ate. Simple sentence. Got it? Which will have one subject and one predicate, or it conveys one thought, or it says a simple sentence is which will have only one finite verb. So as you can see, there is only one finite verb when it says scored. When it says he scored, so that's one finite, right? Then the sentence two. The stars lit up the sky and the moon thanked them for the benevolence. The stars lit up the sky. Now, this is one part of the sentence. I understand it. The stars lit up the dark sky. That's a sentence. The moon thanked them for the benevolence. This is another one again. Now, these two, as you can see, these two parts are joined by this conjunction and. Do you see that? It's joined by this two conjunction and. Right. And another thing that you should notice is each part contains a subject. The stars, look at this. The stars, the subject, and a predicate, lit up the dark sky. The moon, thank them for their, thank them for the benevolence. So each sentence has got a subject and a predicate of its own. So each part is there for there for a sentence which is part of the large sentence. So this is a sentence. This is also sentence. Now, this is also a independent clause or a principal clause. What is this independent? What is a clause first? Then we'll understand independent, dependent. Each part is what we call a clause. Now, this part that is you, this one, this part is a clause. This part is a clause. So a clause is one which will have a subject and then as a verb, may or may not have an object, may or may not have an object. So that's a clause. As we can see, the clause makes good sense by itself and can stand. Now, if this sentence can also stand as an independent sentence, the stars lit up the sky. समझ में आ रहा है? Good enough. The sentence is complete in itself. It can stand independent. The moon thanked them for the benevolence. The moon did something. So again, this sentence is also complete in itself. It can stand for itself. So each clause is therefore independent of the other or the same order or rank and is called a principal or main clause. So these are two principal clauses or two main clauses, right? The star lit up the sky is one principal clause because it is complete in itself. It is independent. The moon thanked them for the benevolence. Again, that is an independent sentence. It can stand for itself. So this is also a principal clause. So that is known, these two sentences, type of sentences, which are complete in itself, can stand for on its own, is known as a principal or the main. Such a sentence which is made up of a principal clause as above is a compound sentence. Okay, so we understood what is a simple sentence. So we have understood what is a simple sentence. And here we understand what is a compound sentence. Right? Here we understand what is a compound sentence. So it says, which is made up of a principal or main clause. There will be one or more principal or main clauses, not just one single. It will have more than one principal clause it will have. Let's see this sentence. The sun shone brightly. The sun shone brightly, and it was very hot outside, and we were sweating profusely. Now, this consists of three. Do you see that? This is one, this is two, and this is three. So it consists of three principal clauses or three main clauses. Each can stand on independently on its own. The sun shone brightly, complete in itself. The sun is the subject, shone brightly is the predicate. It is the subject, was very hot outside. Again, that's a predicate, can stand independently. We is the subject, we're sweating profusely is the predicate. So all these three sentences, they can stand independently on their own. So there are three main clauses or three principal clauses. So a compound sentence is made up of two or more principal or independent clauses. Clear? The next sentence, let's look at the next one. They rested for a while. They rested when evening came. They rested when evening came. Right. So this is a complete sentence. This is two parts. That's I just put a slash. I'm sorry. Put a slash. They rested is one. When evening came. Now they rested. That sentence can be good. It is complete in itself. What they did, they rested. When evening came, that sentence does not. So what happened? When evening came, what happened? So that does not sound complete in itself, right? So that's why that is known as a subordinate clause. They rested is known as the main clause or the independent clause. And when evening came, this part is known as the subordinate clause or the dependent clause. So independent we knew, which can stand for itself, which has got a subject and a predicate. Dependent is which cannot stand for itself and it does not make a complete sense. So it needs a dependent clause, needs an independent clause to become, or two dependent clauses to become a sentence, a complete sentence. So that's a dependent clause. Now, look at this. The sentence they rested when evening came is called a complex sentence. So a complex sentence consists of, look at this, this is important, one main clause and one or more subordinate clauses. So now what we understand? A compound sentence, let's see the next slide. A simple sentence, an independent clause is a group of words that contains a subject, a verb, and expresses a complete thought. That's an independent clause, right? I was just mentioning about that. What is an independent? Because they need to understand all this jargons, no? Jargons has to be in technical words, has to be understood. Dependent clause contains a subject and a verb, but no complete thought. But this expresses a complete thought, right? So a simple sentence has one independent clause. See, one independent clause. Simple sentence, I eat, I go to school, he plays cricket. So one independent clause. A compound sentence has got two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction. A complex sentence has one dependent clause, headed by a dependent clause, not independent, one dependent clause, headed by a subordinating conjunction, here coordinating, or a relative pronoun joined to an independent clause. So this one is joined, the dependent clause is joined. So a complex sentence has got a dependent and an independent clause. A compound has got two or more independent or main clause. Simple one has got one independent clause. Clear? Are you clear what is a simple sentence, compound sentence, complex sentence? Because once you understand this, then while you do the conversion, it will be easy for all of you, right? Let's see conversion. A simple sentence can be converted. The first one, huh? A simple sentence can be converted. So this is the first one. A simple sentence can be converted into a compound as a one by enlarging a word or phrase into a coordinate clause. Look at this. Simple, we are going to convert it into compound. He must work very hard to make up for the lost time. So compound, when we make it a compound, we have to make it two. He must work very hard and make up for the lost time. Make up for the lost time. It is connected by and. Then only it becomes a compound sentence because it will be joined by a coordinating conjunction. Then, to his eternal disgrace, he betrayed his country. So, compound, he betrayed his country. He betrayed his country. And this was his eternal disgrace. So, and this was his eternal, this is another clause. And connected by a coordinating conjunction. Then, besides robbing the poor child, he also murdered her. So, this sentence, when you have to make it compound, he not only robbed the poor child, but also murdered her. So that becomes a compound sentence. He must work very hard to win the prize. So he must work very hard to win the prize. So we have to use or. He must work very hard. This is one part. He must work very hard or he will not win the prize. We made it a compound sentence. He must work very hard to win the first prize. So this is simple to complex. Then, next one is converting compound sentences into simple sentences. We did simple into compound or compound into simple. Right? In the previous slide, we did simple into compound. Next one is compound into simple. He finished his exercise and put his books. So we understand there's a conjunction, coordinating conjunction, and put his books away. So simple, having finished his exercise, he put away his books. So see that this conjunction is gone. And this becomes one sentence. Single sentence conveying one single thought. That is what we did. And we know about simple sentences. Simple sentences conveys only one singular thought. So, having finished this exercise, he put away his books. Besides his father giving him money, his mother also did the same. Besides his father giving him money, his mother also did the same. Not only did his father give him money, but his mother too. Right? Not only did his father give him money, but his mother too. Now, he was a mere boy, but he offered to fight the giant. He was a mere boy, but he offered to fight the giant. In spite of being a mere boy, he offered to fight the giant. He must not be late or he will be punished. In the event of his being late, he will be punished. Right? You must either pay the bill at once or return the goods. Failing prompt payment, the goods must be returned by you. So, one single sentence. Simple sentence. The men endure all the horrors of the campaign and look at this. And not one of them complained at all. The men endure all the horrors of the campaign without one of them making any complaint. So the men endure all the horrors of the campaign without making any complaints or without any one of them making any complaint. Both are there. Right? Then this is the third one. Here a simple sentence can be converted to a complex sentence by expanding a word or phrase into a subordinating clause. This clause may be a noun, adjective or adverb. हम लोग तीनों का देखेंगे, noun, adjective and adverb. He confessed his crime. He confessed his crime. Simple sentence. He confessed that he was guilty. That becomes a complex sentence. We now know what is a complex sentence, no? There has to be dependent and an independent one. And the dependent clause is joined to the independent clause by a subordinating conjunction or by a relative pronoun who, which, whose. His silence proves his guilt. His silence proves it. The fact that he is silent proves his guilt. He bought his uncle's library. He bought the library which belonged to his uncle. On the arrival of the mails, the steamer will leave. The steamer will leave as soon as, complex sentence, as soon as the mails arrive. Okay? Look at this. On the arrival of the mail, the steamer will leave. So, complex sentence, the steamer will leave. So, this is the independent one. The mails arrive. The mails arrive is not an independent one, no? It's a dependent one. So, it is joined by a subordinating conjunction as soon as. Right? Complex sentence. Remember this. No, what is a simple, complex compound? Then things will be easily understandable. He owed his success to his father. It was owing to his father that he succeeded. He succeeded. It's an independent clause. It was owing to his father. Dependent clause joined by that. He worked hard to pass the examination. He worked that he might pass the examination. He worked hard. That is an independent clause. He might pass the exam. Again, that is again an independent clause and connected by that. So he worked hard that he might pass the examination. He might pass the exam. Simple. Cain, being jealous of Abel, struck him. Cain struck Abel because he was jealous of him. Cain struck Abel because he was jealous. Only Hindus are admitted. If you are not a Hindu, if you are not a Hindu, if you are not a Hindu, you cannot be admitted. He succeeded unexpectedly. He succeeded, an independent one, although his success was not expected. His success was not expected. Again, that's again as a independent clause and joined by a subordinating conjunction. Although. Clear? Noun clause. Now, this is another one. There is a fourth one, that is conversion of complex sentence to simple. Now, we did the others, simple to compound, compound to simple. Then we have done the previous one we did was complex to simple to complex, and now again complex to simple. Complex. He said that he was innocent. He declared his innocence. Simple sentence. That you are drunk. That you are drunk. That you are drunk aggravates your offense. Your drunkenness aggravates your offense. Right? Tell me where you live. Where? Relative pronoun. Tell me where you live. Tell me your address. It is a pity that we should have to undergo this disgrace. Our having to undergo this disgrace is a pity. It is a pity that we should have to undergo this disgrace. Our having to undergo this disgrace is a pity. It is proclaimed that all men found with arms will be shot. It is proclaimed that all men found with arms will be shot. Right? So it says it is proclaimed that all men found with arms will be shot. Now here, according to the proclamation, all men found with arms will be shot. He remarked how impudent the boy was. He remarked how impudent. What I'm trying to do is trying to make you understand how the complex sentences, the subordinating conjunction, the relative pronouns, which are joining the two clauses, the dependent and the independent. He remarked on the boy's impudence. So this is a simple sentence. Shall let's do some questions. अब तक इतना समझ लिए तो थोड़ा सा, बहुत ज्यादा समझ लिया, अभी इसको थोड़ा सा क्वेश्चंस। So this is change, convert the each of the following into complex and simple. So guys, you pause the video here, do the exercise, and then you can again further continue with the video. We believe that he is innocent. We believe that he is innocent. We believed his innocence. We believed his innocence. It was much regretted that he was absent. It was much regretted that he was absent. His absence was regretted. The consequence of his carelessness was that the game was lost. His carelessness cost us the game. He asked why I came. He asked the reason of my coming. He ordered that the traitor should be executed. The execution order of the traitor was the execution order of the traitor was done. Or we can put the traitor was ordered to be executed. The traitor was ordered to be executed. It is to be hoped that he escaped unhurt. He escaped unhurt is hoped. We hope he escaped unhurt. We hope he escaped unhurt. I do not know when I shall return. I have no knowledge of my return. We hope that better times will come. We hope that better times will come. Hoping for better times to come. The news that the enemy landed spread like wildfire. The enemy's landing, the news of the enemy's landing spread like wildfire. The news of the enemy's landing spread like wildfire. That I was successful does not make me happy. My success does not make me happy. My success does not make me. Right? So the conversion we were doing, so complex to simple and using an adjective. He died in the village where he was born. He died in his native village. The moment which is lost forever, the moment which is lost forever. A lost moment is lost forever. Men who have, look at this, no, he died in the village where he was born. The relative pronouns. Men who have risen by their own exertions are always respected. Self-made men are always respected. Simple sentence. Those that are healthy have no need of the physician. Those that are healthy have no need of physicians. Healthy persons have no need of the physician. We came upon a hut where a peasant lived. We came upon where? We came upon a peasant's hut. Youth is a time when the seeds of character are sown. Youth is the time for the formation of character. Sure, let's do this complex sentence to a simple sentence. He sold the horse which belonged to his brother. We have to remove this which. He sold his brother's horse. The Raja, since he was the father of his people, did his best for them during the famine. The Raja did his best during the famine like a father, or in a fatherly way. The Raja did his best for them during the famine like a father. I have no horse that I can lend. I I have no horse to lend. I have no horse to lend. The marks that were left by the whip were still visible. The marks left by the whip were still visible. or the whip marks were still visible. The whip marks were still visible. This is the place where we camp. This is the camping place. The heart that is full of grief is heavy. His heart, his heavy heart is full of grief. His heavy heart is full of grief. The reply which you have made is foolish. The reply, he made a foolish reply. He made a foolish reply. The evil that men do lives after them. Evil stays after men have left. Do you remember? Do you not remember him who was formerly your friend? Do you not know your former friend? Do you not remember your former friend? This is the needle which she knits. This is the knitting needle. This is the knitting needle. Right? Same thing. Pause. First try answering, then check. Then the adverb clause. The Raja was annoyed. Raja was annoyed that, annoyed, no? Yeah, was annoyed that he had carried out his orders. The Raja was annoyed at his not having carried out his at the Raja was annoyed at him. I'm sorry, him, him for not carry. The Raja was annoyed at his not having. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes, the sentence is correct. The Raja was annoyed at his not having carried out his orders. You can talk as much as you like. You can talk as much as you like. You can talk to your heart's content. Guys, look at this. No, you need to know sentences, how to use words. So this will help you in your Prezi writing also. Everything comes if a man will only work and wait. Everything comes to a diligent and patient man. I'm pushing my business wherever I can find an opening. I'm pushing my business in every possible direction. He will not pay unless he is compelled. He will not pay. He is compelled unless he is compelled. He will pay only under compulsion. You have succeeded better than you hoped. You have succeeded beyond your hopes. Right? Chalo, let's do it again, some exercises. As you are here, you may as well say it. You may say it. Just you may see it. As you are here, you may as well see it. You may say it. He was angry when he heard the result. He was angered by the result. He was angered by the result. Does he know the consequences if he refuses? Is the consequence of refusal known to him? Is the consequence of refusal known to him? He cannot go unless I consent. He cannot go until go unless I consent. He cannot go without my consent. My consent is required for his going. My consent is required for his going. You cannot always talk sense if you're always talking. You cannot always talk sense if you're always talking. Always, talking always does not make sense. You never come here, but you steal some. You never come here, but you steal something. Without coming, without coming here, you steal something. Even without coming, you steal something. Yeah, we'll go that. Even without coming, you steal something. The boy ran as fast as he could. The boy ran very fast. As it was beginning to rain, we waited a while. We waited as it was raining. We waited a while as it was raining. Although he has failed twice, he'll try again. Having failed twice, he will try again. Having failed twice, he will try again. He made such good speed that he was in time. He reached on time. Now, conversion of compound sentences into complex. Right? This is the fifth one or sixth one, whatever. Search his pockets and you will find the watch. Complex. If you search his pockets, you will find the watch. Now, compound, search his pockets and conjunction, coordinating conjunction, you will find the watch. Complex, if you search his pockets, you will find the watch. If you search his pockets, now that's a dependent, you will find the watch. That is an independent. Do as I tell you, or you will regret. Compound. Unless you do as I tell, unless you do as I tell you, you will regret it. The lion was wounded but not killed. The lion was wounded but not killed. The lion was not killed, although he was wounded. Although. Complex compound. Understand this compound and this is complex. Waste not, want not. If you do not waste, you will not want. Waste not, want not. If you do not waste, you will not want. He saw the danger, but pressed on. Although he saw the danger, he pressed on. He saw the danger and paused. When he saw the danger, he paused. He aimed at winning the prize and worked hard. He worked hard so that he might win the prize. Conversion of complex sentences to compound. Complex to compound. The previous one we saw compound to complex. Now we'll do it. We'll change it from conversion of complex sentence to compound sentences. I'm certain you have made a mistake. I'm certain you have made a mistake. You have made a mistake and look at this. Please pay attention to the the conjunctions that you have at the end of the in this compound sentence, the coordinating conjunctions. I'm glad that he has recovered from the illness. I'm glad that ये हो गया complex ना, that he has recovered. He has recovered from illness and I am glad of it. We can prove that the earth, we can prove that the earth is round. The earth is round and we can prove it. Conjunction. I have found the book that I lost. I have lost a book, but I have found it. See, you might be now wondering, I have found the book that had lost. I had lost a book, but I have found it. Why? Because I had a book. When it says had a book, means it's not there. And why this but as we understand is a conjunction which we use when we are joining two non-supportive sentences. So, and I have found it. So lost and found, these are two contrasting ideas. That's why but has been used. As soon as he got the telegram, he left in a taxi. He got the telegram and immediately he left in a taxi. He worked very hard so that he might win the prize. He aimed at winning the prize and worked hard. If he's at home, I shall see him. If he's at home, I shall see him. He may be at home, and in that case, I shall see him. Well, that's all. Guys, I hope I was able to explain you what is a simple sentence, compound sentence, and a complex sentence. Please go through those slowly. It will take a bit of a time. Pay attention to it, and then try to do the exercises and get the clarity. Right? Sure. Thank you.